Guys, back in today with another reaction to Durarara 10, this time with episode 3. Been a little while since I watched the second episode, to be fair, so hopefully we've got a bit of a recap here. From what I remember, we saw Seiji's sister and girlfriend go at it. I love that scene though, where they're like hunting each other. That was awesome. Just on the opening, what the hell was the deal with the opening song? Like, I've been trying to look for it, and it's just nowhere. Like, absolutely nowhere. There's a couple covers on YouTube, but they don't sound quite as good. But there's just no full version of this. I'm not sure if it's on Spotify, but I don't have Spotify anymore. But yeah, I was looking for it for ages the other day. I was like, what's the deal? This is like the only opening song because I've never been able to find. So I just had to add the opening itself to my playlist, which I'd rather not do, but it's what it is. Why are we seeing this again? It kind of sucks because I did mention I'd love to hear the full version of this. Yeah, if anyone knows what the deal is with that, please do let me know. Maybe it's just the it just doesn't want, like, I don't know. I don't know what it even could be. Maybe the copyright is just that strict on this song that it's just gets instantly taken down by anybody, even themselves. That has been known to happen. Yeah, these guys, I wasn't expecting them to be quite as powerful as they are, to be honest. I mean, they are Yakuza, so maybe I should have, but in a lot of shows, Yakuza are shown as almost a bit comedic, and they get easily kind of dealt with. Not here, though. Marriages are made in heaven. Yeah, Yakuza are almost like the butt of the joke in a lot of stuff. So it's kind of good to see them return their scariness a bit. You're addicts. You take what you can get. This is how these people. This is what these people do. They make you rely on it, and then they extort you. When I used to do stuff like this, they'd always give you a bit for free to get you started off, get you hooked. Get her in the back squirming. I think it'll be almost like 10 years since I was doing this kind of stuff. Coming up soon. Yes, in the pisser. Disgusted. Ugh. On the dirty bathroom floor. Gross. Although I imagine Japan's bathroom floors are probably a lot cleaner than most. Yeah, they're especially really hard on drugs and stuff in Japan, aren't they? I mean, it's illegal in a lot of places, but they really have. They are especially strict there. Oh shit! Look at that eye. That's one crazy eye. Really? That's fucking a bit of a loser thing to do. I've mentioned this before in a few videos. I haven't brought it up for a while, but do you guys ever remember, like in the UK, especially, they weren't like massively popular, but they were always sold, and I used to get them. There used to be these like white candy cane things that looked like cigarettes, and they came in like a box that looked like cigarettes, and they were like a candy that you'd eat. But yeah, and they also had these. Like, I'm not sure if it was just like a what they call it, like guiding a kids into future decisions to like smoke and get into that kind of stuff. But there was also like stick on like tattoos. You put a bit of water on, put it on you, and then there'd be a tattoo there of like a Spider-Man or something. I remember having one. It's just like looking back, like isn't that a little bit insane that you've got a candy marketed as pretty much cigarettes and tattoos for kids that they're selling, and like I don't know how they got away with that. I think they still sell them as well. Um, But yeah, just on the note of this like stick-on tattoo thing right here. Honestly, probably like I say that's silly, but probably good because in Japan you can't go to like bathhouses and there's certain things you can't do if you've got tattoos. I think some people that do that stuff where like I think it's like an extra skin or something. If they have got tattoos, they'll like sneak in on like an extra skin. I can't remember the reason for it. I think they think like it brings like impurities to the water or something if your tattoo touches it or something like that. I don't quite know, but yeah. Yeah, I remember, like I said, putting those on, putting some water on there, waiting a few minutes. Then I had Spider-Man's face tattooed on my arm. But yeah, I wouldn't be awfully surprised if the company that owns those types of candies owned, like, had stakes in like tattoo parlors or like cigarette companies as well. Right, the solar plexus, horrible place to get hit. Good, honestly. And the worst people are the dealers. I don't think you could ever blame people that do it. I think you've always got to blame the people that bring them in, the people that sell it. Yeah, I like this guy. I like this guy. Pretty cool, isn't he? What? What a question. What a weird question. After there. Call that nothing. I guess he's even, but that's pretty surprising he wouldn't tell them about that. It's pretty serious. How can I survive a death battle? We were just random teenagers from college and university. Heaven's Slave. Big operation. Hmm. Very meta that is. I remember. I think this is airing around 2015. I remember around this time. Like I said, I was involved in a lot of stuff like this. Like some of my friends were people that sold stuff like this, and this is about the time when I stopped being friends with a lot of my older friends that did get in more into this kind of area. When I stopped doing it myself, um, and around this time there was a lot of like it was quite popular to get these like delivered like as obvious and as like stupid as that does sound. Like you go on the internet, you go on like the dark web. I forget what the name of the actual search place was, but yeah, it was actually just like really easy just to get it delivered to it, like go on social media just to talk to people that would like deliver it to you and such. And yeah, I imagine that was around this time that this was airing. So maybe this is well, to be fair, when this is airing is probably this was probably written before this, like much before this was airing. To be fair, but this is quite meta. This was quite a meta topic around this time, or it would have been for me at least anyway. So yeah, really interesting. Got an online illegal pharmacy. And I'm going to be rooting for the Yakuza. One darker story that I've said a couple times, but this guy wasn't really my friend. He was more of a friend of my friend's. He used to, like, I remember he got some stuff to sell at like a festival one time, and I think it ended up killing a person. And that was one of the major, like, yeah, you know what? I mean, again, he wasn't. I wasn't actually friend. Like, if I was friends with him, it would have hit even more probably. But it's just like, damn, like, this is what they're doing. This is where things are going. People are dying, and it was very much. Oh, we're not really sure whose fault or anything or what and so on. My opinion is that it's the fault, like I said earlier, the fault of the people that sell it, because I think they do tamper with it, make it impure and whatever. Yeah, that was one of the final straws of that kind of stuff. It's a big shame because I did see a lot of some of my friends changed a lot. I'll say for the obviously for the much worse. And like that became their kind of defining traits. That is who they became and who they were, and that's all they were. It's kind of sad in a way because as much as I would have liked to help them, not for sure. Yeah, I don't know. Not the time or place to be going into that right now. Spiky girl. So that's how his eye got messed up. Okay. And So that's how these guys know each other. That was the big question in the preview, wasn't it? I remember thinking, I was like, how the hell do these two know each other? Okay, makes sense. Too late to lie after that reaction. Sage again. They're really doing the rounds recently. I love bones. Let's say. The best part is the cross section of flesh. You've climaxed. So soft it looks like it's trembling, flowing so smoothly, clinging to me in one big mess. Clinging. Disturb. Jesus. I'm not really sure what that the subtitles mean there. Maybe it's best I don't, to be honest. Cross section. I'm so envious. Even dying is a form of love. Let's just pause for it. I'll sort the timer out after this scene is finished, I guess. Because there's both subtitles and I'm not sure if the subtitles. I'm not sure what the subtitles are subtitling. I imagine the subtitles are subtitling the words being spoken, and they're different from the words being shown here because clearly they don't match up. And why would they bother subtitling things twice? I'm so envious. Even dying is a love. Even desire is a legitimate form of love. I don't know. I think you could make a distinction between desire and love, right? They are two different things. I mean, they can be one and the same, but they also can be different things. Why I want you to love me, but that's why I want to add onto it. Oh my, you shouldn't seek a definition of love. That would be an insult to the soul. No definition is needed. The only thing you need is words. Love me. Ooh, bro, just ripped it out. Me. Shut up, my right eye. Stop talking. Okay. I mean, Henry said that he saved her. How did he save her exactly? I'm guessing he must have put it back in, considering that scene we saw earlier with him unveiling his scary ass eyeball. Jesus. Well, he can't put it back in now. Oh. But the circumstances to fall in love. I get it. I get it. Most, yeah, to be fair, the most extreme. Yeah, the most extreme circumstances are probably the most likely cases, actually. But yeah, she does have a pretty abusive husband already now. Or was he abusive? I forget. I mean, that whole stuff with Andrew was all kind of messed up, to be honest. That's just how I remember it. As with what we saw in the recap at the start, just it all just being a mess. He was here for her husband. Mystery 5 years. Sorry to pause yet again, but these texts say, we're looking for this person in order to thank him, but we don't know where he is. If you see him, please let us know. I always spend the night in an abandoned building on the map I'm linking you to. How does this person know that? Whoever this is. How could you possibly know that he spends his days or nights in this abandoned building? Which he does. I think we saw him in this building with Mr. Elephant and Verona. I think. But yeah, I like this guy. I really like this guy. He's really cool, isn't he? Really cool. Surely he's not actually homeless, is he? Probably just likes living here. You poor sods. What the hell's wrong with that guy? That guy on the left. The university kids. Well engineered. So he's part of the. Okay. So he's the one that posted that stuff. Okay. So a whole bloody Akabayashi episode. Akabayashi, whatever his name is. Oh my god. So he. Damn. Wow. So he. Wow. Kill this man. Kill this man. Fucking bastard. Yeah, he advertently, well, not inadvertently really, but I guess he directly caused all that stuff we saw with Henry. Sister. I'm guessing from a different family. An eyeful of heaven. No, fair enough. No. So this is why he hates drugs. Again, understandable. 100%. He kind of did, to be fair, as well. Like, I was going to say, like, that's not really much. Like, he let him do that, which is, like, fair enough. But it's also, like, yeah, he did also kind of make him didn't make him, but he let him be a murderer, which is like an interesting discussion in itself, like to do with the drugs, isn't it? Like, um, that like that you could see that as relating a bit. Like this guy that got killed here gave them the tools to ruin their lives, and the rules for all this chaos and all this shit to happen for that kid, for his sister to be um, hospitalized and unresponsive, or whatever. For Anri's situation, for their family just to absolutely fall apart. Um, he gave him the tools to do that. He didn't actively do it himself, but you could say because of him that was the case. You could also say if he wasn't involved, it would have been someone else, and that always would have happened. So there's plenty of ways of looking at it. But you could say that about this situation with the kid that murdered the guy right there as well. I mean, he didn't exactly give him the tools to, but he kind of he had the tools to stop that happening, didn't he? Yeah, he kind of let it happen. It very much is quite similar to what the drug dealer was doing. So I guess it was like he got his just desserts in a way. But as was said there, it's still like it's not really nice because he's made it like he hasn't made him a murderer per se, but he did let this kid become a murderer. So yeah, just interesting kind of interesting how these two things overlap, isn't it? Like I said earlier about my kind of stuff, like nobody had any issue selling stuff to me when I was like 14, 15, 16. So these people don't give a fuck. They just want the money. Just do that in broad daylight. Okay, really cool episode. I wasn't expecting this to. Again, I was expecting maybe to go back to the Seiji stuff, but full episode on Anejima, whatever his name is. I kind of forget. The Yakuza guy right here, going pretty cool, pretty damn cool. And it's one of those cool where it's like he's clearly written to be a really cool and awesome character. And sometimes that doesn't come off because you can tell they're just you're just writing this character to be cool. But this guy actually like you get behind what he does. You get behind who he is as a person. He's not it's not black and white. He's not good or bad. He is like yeah. He's in the grey zone, as I always bring back to Yakuza Like a Dragon. He's one of the grey zones. And sometimes you need some grey zones. Sometimes you need a bit of a mix between the black and white. But yeah, really good episode. I like this one a lot. Got even more of some stuff that relates to Anri as well. Her family. I don't know if this sounds weird or not, but I wonder how things would have ended up if Anri's mother just kind of went off with him. Maybe that would have been the best outcome. I love that. I love that. Just like any resemblance to actual persons or organizations is purely coincidental. Is it? Is it coincidental that you're depicting the Yakuza? I don't think so. A rumor only lasts 75 days. That is a very school thing. I remember hearing something similar to that, but even less time, like a month or two. You do something incredibly embarrassing at school, you'll know about it. Like you'll only know about it for a couple months. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like I said, a really cool episode. Seems like we've got a bit more of Verona next episode, which I love to hear. And it seems like we see her in the intro behind Tom. Seems like she's joining Tom and Shizuo, which is like an interesting interesting dynamic, isn't it? But yeah, more Verona is always appreciated for me. I love her. Shame about Elephant Man. Still don't really know what specifically happened to him. I feel like he might be dead, but I hope he isn't. Sorry, my eyes tearing up now. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like I said, great episode today. Learn a bit more about I forget his name, like Hanejima or something. But yeah, really cool character. Again, I personally have like I've said about my experiences, so I can really get behind him, and like I very much like. Again, I wouldn't condone what he does and stuff, like at the end of the episode and such specifically, but I get where it's coming from. I get his like deal, and yeah, I really like him. He's really cool. Learn a bit more about Anri and her mother and his relationship to them. He was going to kill her father, I think. Probably for maybe not kill, but it seems like he went around there to maybe like collect some debt or something from the father that got hooked on the drugs from the fat man. So what I understand is, again, I could be wrong about this, but the fat guy supplied him with drugs, and then he probably owed money, as you always do. Like I said, I did. That's a very very common thing within that kind of realm. As much as it seems like that's always the case in these kind of like mafia and kind of things, like that is such a common thing because you're always like desperate, and if you're not like making money, like yeah, away from the point. He kind of went around there to maybe collect some money or something, or maybe even just take out the father because he owed a debt or something like that, maybe to make an example out of him or something. And then he came across his wife and he fell in love with her after she slashed his eye, and the whole psycho thing. But ultimately, that did still lead to the downfall of their family. But he still looks after Anri, which is really nice. Nice to see how they have a good relationship. I think that's like from the psycho side of things, like the psycho memories of him kind of went over to Anri, and like they're familiar because of that, because it didn't seem like they actually directly interacted, Anri and this Yakuza dude. It's more so from the Psyker side of things, but yeah, quite illuminating there on more of Anri's past. Nice little setup here with the university guys, but yeah, good episode in general. Really like this, really like him as a character, so looking forward to seeing more of him, and obviously he's a bit of a beast as well. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comments. Leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date with these reactions. And I'm not really, like, the schedule's a bit of a mess this week, so I'm not really sure when I'll be back. I have scheduled it to be that I'm watching these episodes every Thursday, I think. No, every Wednesday. I should be watching an episode once a week every Wednesday. I'd like to do more, but it's just like my schedule's so busy this season. Like, I'm watching 17 weekly anime, so there's just a lot to keep up with. But if I end up dropping some, I might end up doing another episode of this like I did last season. But yeah, thank you guys for watching again. Let me know you guys want in the comments, and have a good rest of your day, guys.